Ladies and guys who are waiting, Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the internet, founder of killyourinaloser.com. This is the Kill You're in a Loser show. Let's fucking go. Yesterday I talked about people who are waiting for the right time in order to take action. I used the example of my coaching. Let's pull back a little bit and talk about people who are just waiting in general. So I'm kind of riffing off a video that Radical did. I will leave a link in the description below to his original video, which was called The Plight of the Aimless Wanderer. And he was actually riffing off another article that Chris from Good Looking Loser wrote called The Plight of the Lonesome Bodybuilder. And I have called this one The Plight of the Aimless Waiter. What I mean by waiter is not a guy who works at a fucking restaurant, but someone who's sitting there waiting for the right time, waiting for things to fall into place, waiting for the answer to just magically show itself, waiting for girls to approach them, waiting to fall in love, waiting for the right time to lose weight, waiting till, next month before they go to the gym. Just waiting for life to get better. I see people do this, especially with something like depression. I can't take action. I can't go and talk to girls. I can't go to the gym because I don't feel like it right now. I'm depressed, or I'm not fully motivated, or my head isn't in the right place. I myself was someone that used to spend so many years, like almost a decade, probably more than a decade, waiting. I'm not really sure in hindsight what I was waiting for. I didn't really start my self-improvement until about 28. And in the years leading up to that, I was kind of just waiting. I expected that life would just somehow work itself out. Like by the time I got to 30, I would just somehow have figured things out. And I would somehow be happy without actually taking any action to make that happen. I just kind of thought I will eventually get my shit together. And I see so many guys do this where they're just sitting there waiting, aimlessly waiting for the right time or for things to get better. As I said before, for girls to just approach them, to find love. You see women do the same shit. I'm just going to wait for Mr. Right. Well, good luck. You're going to be waiting forever because you don't find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right by sitting there waiting. Let's be honest, if you were any sort of catch, male or female, you already would have found someone awesome to spend your time with. The fact that you haven't means waiting is a fool's errand at this point. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And if you haven't found the person or a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, or you haven't found a bunch of girls to sleep with, or you haven't found the secret to losing weight, which by the way is just fucking start. You're not going to find some magic diet that'll work for you. You just need to actually fucking start. But if you haven't found the answer in all this time, what the hell makes you think that more waiting is going to make it magically appear? It's the most passive, horrible way of trying to get to your goal. And I say trying to get to your goal. If you're waiting, you're not even trying to get to your goal. You are more interested in the act of waiting than actually reaching your goal. Because reaching any sort of goal requires action. By definition, you have to do stuff. Nobody gets their goal by just sitting there waiting. It doesn't work like that. It'd be cool if it did, but guess what? You wouldn't appreciate your goals if you got to just sit there and magically get them without doing anything. So part of self-improvement, or part of, I should say, goal reaching, goal achievement, is doing shit. Getting out there, taking action, making mistakes, looking like a fucking idiot, figuring out what to do, figuring out what not to do, trying different stuff, using mentors, posting on forums for accountability, finding other friends who are also into this kind of stuff. But success doesn't come from sitting there waiting for the right time, or waiting for the answer, or waiting for a better moment to start. The best time to start is now. Right now. Right this second, turn this fucking podcast off and take action. Whatever that is. If that's hitting me up for coaching, do that. If that's going outside and talking to girls, go do that. If that's signing up for a gym, go do that. Whatever you know that you need to do, but you've been putting off because you're waiting for something, please, right now, go and actually do something. You won't get anywhere by sitting there waiting. And coming from someone who spent the better part of a decade doing nothing but waiting, please don't make that same mistake that I did. Go out and take some action. Grab life by the horns. If it is to be, it's up to me. So you need to go out and actually do shit, starting right fucking now.